Okay, we're going to take a look at the channels columns. You have price channel and you have a linear regression bias channel. Let's take a look. Here you'll see the price channel is on the left and the linear regression bias is on the right. Alongside of these two channels, you'll notice two yellow columns to the right of each. To the right of the price, you see consolidation alert, and to the right of the linear regression bias, you see a trend alert. They work together. The yellow trend column is the result of what's happening here, and the consolidation alert column is the result of what's happening here. Okay. The only signal you'll get off of this price channel is the C, which stands for consolidation. Consolidation is when price is not moving up or down, really. It's bouncing around within a channel, going sideways. And over here, the TR stands for transition, L stands for long, S stands for short. So when you see L and then you get TR, that means it was looking like it wanted to go long, and then it transitioned as though to say, well, we're transitioning away from being long and to being short. Many times when it teeter-totters and it won't stay in one particular direction, you will find that you will have consolidation and many other things that will help you determine consolidation and show consolidation. I want to deal mostly with this alert that you get here when you get consolidation, how this affects your strategy for the day. When you see these C's start coming in here, especially when they're back to back, what it's telling you is the price is going to bounce around a little bit. If you take a look at the price channel and the linear regression bias channels during this time, it will help you determine where the price is being contained. As you can see here, let's take a look. On this row here is the result of where this close came in, and then the day filled itself out by going high at 147.24, low at 146.14. Well, and then it came up in somewhere in the middle of 146.88. Had a small gain, 28 for the day. However, if you look, your channel put you at 46.35, which would have filled and given you a profit there, and it tried to reach the 47.43 at 47.24. It is containing the price. It ended up at the bottom of this one, doing a transition out of long to going shorts, possibly going short, or really just the fact that it's consolidating. Then the next day we got to 47.20. Now, of course, you have to remember we were at 46.88 at the close, which is in between here and here, and it's barely between here and here. Notice that this 46.88 is towards the bottom of the linear regression, which means it's about ready to drop out of that channel, which is why you get the short the next day. Okay, because it fell out, and it not only fell out, it stayed down there. Okay. However, on the other flip side, this side almost contained it. 46.42, 45.64, it fell out. So this is why we went into the short. But it's still a matter of consolidation. Okay, we still have consolidation. If you were to look at the chart, you'd see why. For lack of time, I don't want to go searching for this. But you'll still see that we have consolidation playing, and it's on a short bias. So now it's, even though there's consolidation is still in play, it's with a bearish tone. Okay, now from 46.12, it's underneath both channels, which means that you could look to take shorts at the bottoms of these channels. Expect these channels to push the price, and that's exactly what happens. Then we end up 45.83. We're still below it. You could do that, and of course, this is the thing about the market. You keep doing the same thing over, you're going to get hit, and that's exactly what. But it wouldn't hit you too hard because you were looking at 46.12 or so, also the 46.47. Which is a major resistance level. Okay, but you wouldn't have been bit too hard because you had a level here. And of course, we're only dealing with this one area. the QuickView has got much more to go on than just this, but we're just dealing with this right now. I just want to play it out for you a little bit. Notice that at the day after, we don't get past the high. We stay within the barriers from 46.37, which is between here and between here, and we continue this shorting pattern, mainly because we were in this major resistance, hit this major resistance point of 46.47. We're still consolidated because we're still seesawing, okay? And here we have another containment. The 45, 42, 45, 42, 40, right there at the bottom once again. If we fall out, well, we might come down. But because we're in this bearishness, we're mainly trying to focus on what's up at the top here. 46.51, none of that would have touched, but it was still contained. So we're basically I'm just showing you how this is contained during this area. These channels are price channels that are dealing with the highs and lows of the ranges that happen during the day. When closing prices are underneath the channels, excuse me, they push down at the price until there's a support that's underneath here strong enough to push it back into the channel or past the channel. Basically is how it works, and vice versa. When you are in a position where the closing prices are well above the channels, they'll come down towards the bottom and touch. Touch the tops of the channels to try and go back up. Okay. $46.88. It's right at the top of this channel. Here we have the exact reverse of what we were just discussing earlier. $46.88. It's at the top of this channel, right on it. This channel is able to push it up. Okay, it's in transition from being short. $46.88. It never really goes much further lower than that, and it goes up 105 pips because this channel has pushed it. Okay. Try and think of these channels as escalators. Okay, think of them as escalators going up and down, and the price sometimes will fall in between here and just ride in those channels in the direction that those channels are moving, or these channels will either push up on the price from touching it at its top or its bottom, which would push it down as pressure. That's basically what these deal with. They help us determine trends and consolidations, and they also help us to find places, especially when these numbers will agree with other support and resistance areas. That's how we know that we've got a good price to take an entry at. You will see in other videos how this works in a much more practical way, but I just want to cover it and give it some exclusive attention on the video here dealing with your price channels.